Hans Kupflinger of Germany riding Herbst in the best time yet, 34 and 9/10 seconds.
We're up. Next, right, yeah. Hello, thanks. Yeah, very good of you.
Show jumping is a sport in which a great rider and a great horse exercise their combined stamina, skill, and speed. The idea is to get over the fences, without touching, of course, in the fastest possible time.
And now it's Lord Yearley on Golden Boy for Britain.
Lord Yearley. The newspapers call him the noble sportsman. I guess he is. Well, he's championship caliber in just about everything. Golf, tennis, shooting, fishing, and of course, show jumping.
Yes, thank you. And here's the time, ladies and gentlemen, 34 and 6/10 seconds. A great win for Lord Yearley on Golden Boy for Britain.
Simon, did you see Father?
Yes, Rose, my congratulations. He won again.
Isn't it marvelous? Oh, Simon, I want you to meet my mother.
Your mother?
Well, stepmother, really, Lady Yearley. Oh, Anne, darling, this is the famous Simon Templar.
Simon, the only way to drink the beast is up.
Oh, Lord Yearley, a great victory.
Thank you very much. But it's the horse that did the jumping. Drink out of that cup. Yeah, well done. Now then, Hans Kupflinger, a hell of a fine rider, and better luck next time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
To Hans.
To Hans, cheers.
Yeah, now you have a good swig. Not every day you get beaten by 3/10 of a second.
You're most kind.
Come on, Anne, on your feet, my love. This is your favorite.
He's fantastic, this old man.
He's not that old.
Well, he's almost 55. Is that not old?
I shouldn't let Father hear you say that. It isn't a question of years, it's a question of heart. And Father's is as young as anybody's.
After all, he did beat you.
Ah, but it is now once only. It is not important. The horse is one thing, do you understand? He carries the rider over the fences. But, oh, that young wife of his, that is a completely different kind of fence, nicht wahr?
What a tasteless remark.
I did not mean anything wrong. Lord and Lady Yearley are friends of mine.
What's the matter, darling?
Oh, it's just I've suddenly got a splitting headache.
Would you like to sit down?
Yes, I would,
Oh,
please.
love, come on.
And the next year, he won the championship.
That is indeed a great record.
Oh, do excuse me, everyone, but I'm leaving.
Oh, Anne, why?
I've got a headache. It's the excitement I expect in this smoky atmosphere.
Well, I'll run you home.
Oh, no, don't break up the party. Everyone's having such a good time. Besides, it's your celebration. Simon, Hans, do sit down.
Well, I can't bear you going home alone.
Now, don't worry, I'll be fine.
I shan't be late.
Oh, don't worry. Anne's perfectly capable of looking after herself.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, come on, everybody. What are these glasses? Here you are. Come on.
Anne.
Paul,
Something wrong?
I came tonight because I'm going down to the country tomorrow. I can't stay a moment. Thornton thinks I've gone home with a headache.
Anne, what is it?
I've been rehearsing all the way here, the way I tell you this. I suppose the only way to do it is to be blunt. Paul, I want our friendship to end now, before it goes any further, before it's too late.
What did you say?
You heard me.
I heard the words. I don't understand them.
And don't make a scene. I can't bear it.
Darling, you can't expect me to take this seriously. What is it? What's happened?
Please don't touch me.
Anne, you can't mean this.
I do mean it. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, don't be angry.
Don't touch me. Don't be angry. Well, what on earth do you expect? I happen to be in love with you, and apparently you're telling me that the whole thing is over.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Anne, what on earth is this all about?
It's Thornton.
What about him?
I can't leave him.
Since when?
I can't. He loves me very much.
Well, now, that's a thought that hasn't crossed your mind for months.
He worships me.
Oh, yes, of course. When he isn't riding, sailing, or shooting. You know, I'd say you were listed somewhere between the horses and the boat.
Oh, Paul, it's so involved. Try and understand.
I don't understand a single word you said. Why this sudden attack of wifely devotion?
I'm going now.
Oh, no. You can't drop a bombshell like this and just walk out.
Paul, I have a reason, a good one.
Perhaps being Lady Yearley is suddenly much more attractive than being just plain Mrs. Paul Farley. Is that it?
Let me go.
Anne, I love you. I want to marry you. We've talked about it, we've planned it. If it takes time, it doesn't matter. I can wait.
We're not going to see each other again.
I'm going to be working in your house for 2 months. We can't avoid seeing each other.
We can avoid this.
Out of the blue, you tell me we're finished. Why? Are you tired of me? Have I done something? Why?
I'm going to have Thornton's child.
Oh, God, I wish you'd been there. Oh, and young Hans Kupflinger got as tight as a tick and we had to put him in a taxi. Oh, what a party. How's the headache, darling?
Oh, it's better, thank you.
Can I get you anything?
No. No, Thornton, please don't.
Well, what's the matter? I've done something wrong?
No.
What is it then?
Well, it's 3 o'clock now, and you've got an important meeting at 9.
But I love you.
No, don't.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I just don't seem to be able to breathe in London. I think I'll go down to Stedland in the morning, if you don't mind.
No, of course not. Bit of country air would do you good. Oh, and darling, I wish you'd look into that rebuilding idea. I've got Paul Farley coming for the weekend. And I know he'd value your opinion.
Why, Paul? Aren't there any other architects in London?
But I thought you liked Paul Farley.
Well, yes, I do, but I'm sure there are others with more experience.
Darling, I can hardly choke him off now. I've already engaged him.
It doesn't matter.
Darling, is anything bothering you? You've been so odd all evening.
Yes. Some women get morning sickness. Well, mine seems to be the 24-hour variety.
You're not... Anne. Anne, darling.
But Thornton, don't rush out in the morning and buy a cricket bat. It might be a girl.
It'll be one of the finest shopping centres in London.
7 stores and a central playground for children.
Underground parking for 1,000 cars.
Supermarket and a cinema.
And I intend to engage Paul Farley Associates as architects. You know him, I believe. Very creative, tremendously imaginative. My solicitors are working on the contract. You can expect them by the end of next week.
Mr. Walmart, you're not going to like this, I'm afraid, and I'm sorry. I've changed my mind.
You what?
The land is not for sale. At least not to you.
Thornton.
But, I don't understand. We have an agreement.
Nothing in writing.
Oh, I didn't think it was necessary. We shook hands on the deal.
Yes, I'm very sorry.
I've been doing business with you for years. I had assumed that...
Assumptions, Mr. Walmer, are a mistake.
Thornton, what's this all about?
Perfectly simple. I've changed my mind.
Don't you think you might have told me?
I'm not answerable to you, Kelly. Since when have you become my partner?
Now, look,
No,
Thornton.
gentlemen, please, let's not lose our tempers. Lord Yearley, I thought that you and I had a deal. Apparently, I was wrong. I want to know why.
The council want to buy the land to build a children's hospital.
A hospital?
But they won't begin to pay what I will.
I'm quite aware of that. But I'm more interested in the children's hospital than I am in a supermarket.
Since when?
Well, Kelly, since you ask so politely, since last night. You see, gentlemen, it appears that, well, I'm to become a father.
Well, I congratulate you, but I don't see how it alters the situation.
Oh, but it does. You see, I shall have a son. I'll have an heir. Oh, it'll be a boy, all right, I know that.
You do.
I can't explain this any better, Mr. Walmer. My whole attitude to my estate, my business, is completely changed.
Lord Yearley.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing more to it than that. The land is not for sale.
Is that final?
I'm signing the contract with the council on Monday.
You couldn't think it over.
My mind is made up.
Well, in that case, I won't waste your time any further. Good morning, gentlemen.
What's behind this?
I've just told you.
It doesn't make sense. What the devil do you care about a children's hospital?
Kelly, I'm a rich man. I've reached a point in life where I can do what I please. I'm quite content with a small profit on that piece of land. It's for an ideal.
Or publicity?
I beg your pardon?
Are they calling it the Yearly Hospital? Haven't you had your pictures in the paper often enough? What are you looking for? Immortality? While you're riding and shooting and picking up trophies, I'm trying to run this organization. I fix up a deal like this where you can make a big profit, and you back out of it for a whim. I'm getting sick and tired of you being the noble sportsman while I do all the work. Games, games, games is all you think about. You're nothing but an overgrown schoolboy.
Have you quite finished?
Yes, I have.
You know what you deserve? The sack, right now, bang, out in the street.
Thornton, I'm sorry. I didn't mean all that. I'm a bit overtired.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to sack you. I didn't hear a word you said. You know who you've got to thank? My future son.
Thornton, I'm sorry I lost my temper. I apologize.
That's all right, only just you remember, you're paid to look after my interests, not your own.
I've always been loyal to you. I didn't mean it. Please forgive me.
All right.
Thornton, you're early.
Yes, I am. I just couldn't wait to see you. Oh, darling, I'm so happy.
Are you?
Oh, I certainly am. You know, all my life I've always wanted a son, more than anything else in the world. Someone to carry on from me. A boy who'd grow up to be a... Oh, hell, you know what I mean.
Yes. I know what you mean.
Well, I've written off to Eton.
Oh, you didn't?
Yes. Can't waste any time getting his name down.
Darling, don't build up your hopes too much. It might be a girl.
Absolutely impossible. It's going to be a boy, and I'll tell you what. He's going to do something I could never do. He's going to win the Grand National. Here's to him.
Kelly, you've got to convince him.
I'm as anxious as you are for this to go through, but he won't sell.
All this nonsense about a son. What's he thinking about?
He's got an urge to benefit mankind. He's won every trophy in the book, and now he wants a monument. The Yearly Hospital for Children.
You've got to change his mind.
I couldn't.
You'd better. There's £10,000 for you in this deal.
Do you think I don't know that? I'd be independent of him.
You don't like him, do you?
I hate him.
He's not signing with the council till Monday. Somehow between now and then, we're going to stop him. Let's not be too squeamish about how we do it.
Come in. Thank you, Peters.
Anything for me?
No, it just looks like bills, that's all.
Oh, Colonel Capel called last night when you were in bed. He said he couldn't make the hunt on Saturday. Is anything wrong?
No, nothing.
Well, you're white as a sheet.
Am I? I didn't sleep well last night.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine.
Well, you don't look fine.
Oh, shut up, darling. Don't fuss, for heaven's sake.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, my lord. Mr. Bates is here.
Oh, tell him to go to hell.
It's the third time this week, my lord. He's very persistent.
I'm out. I've gone to London.
Very good, my lord.
No, hold it, Peters. I'd better see him. Go on, show him into the study.
Yes, my lord.
These people with causes.
Mr. Bates?
Yes, his new crusade is against blood sports. Sees himself as the fox's friend. Mr. Bates, I haven't much time. What is it you want?
I've something to say to you.
Then say it.
Your lordship may be the big noise round these parts, but you don't own my farm. I'll have no foxes chased across my land by your blasted hounds.
The hunt pays compensation for crop damages, Bates. You know that.
It's not the damage I'm worried about. I just don't hold with hounds chasing foxes and savaging them. Barbaric cruelty, I calls it.
Now, look here,
You
Bates.
look here, Lord Yurley. If one of your hounds sets foot on my land, I'll let him have it with both barrels. And that goes for you and your snob friends, too.
Good day, Mr. Bates. And I don't like threats.
And I don't like the so-called nobility that thinks they can ride roughshod over ordinary folk. Don't say I didn't warn you. If the hunt crosses my land, I'll shoot, and you'll get a backside full of buckshot.
What was all that about?
Oh, nothing. He's a fool of a man, that Bates. He's a fanatic. Are you going up to London?
Oh, not till later.
Do you want to lift home?
Oh, lovely. What time?
About 4.
I'll come to your office.
All right, darling. Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yearly, you're going to die. I know because I'm going to kill you. Rose, it's some crackpot.
Aren't all murderers crackpots?
Was your father upset?
Terribly. He didn't say anything, but he went ashen.
Why doesn't he go to the police?
He hates publicity. Oh, Simon, please help me. Oh, come and talk to Father in his office.
He might think I was interfering.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be grateful. He'll listen to you. He respects you.
What the blazes do you think you're doing? How dare you take a letter from my briefcase and read it?
I saw how you looked when you read it, and it frightened me.
Are you in the habit of reading other people's mail?
Does that really matter?
It matters a great deal.
Well, Anne agreed that I should go and see Simon.
Oh, no! Oh, heavens, girl. You go and upset Anne at a time like this? What the blazes are you doing interfering?
She's only trying to help. Lord Yearley, Rose is your daughter. She loves you. That's why she's frightened.
Well, I'm not. And I don't like little girls who pry.
Well, if I were you, I'd take this to the police.
Mr. Templar, I'm sure that your advice is very much sought after, but I'm quite capable of looking after myself.
You're being unreasonable and stubborn.
I'm merely trying to protect you, my darling girl, and Anne, from a lot of unnecessary worry about a damn fool anonymous letter. And when I want your advice, Mr. Templar, I'll ask for it. I'm sorry. I lost my temper this afternoon. I didn't mean to.
That's all right.
I know you were only trying to help. I shouldn't have snapped at you. Come on. Come on, darling, forgive me.
Yes.
And don't worry about me. Nobody's going to hurt me. I'm indestructible. Are you all right?
We could have been killed.
I know.
It only missed us by inches.
Are you hurt?
No. What happened?
I don't know. The brakes wouldn't hold.
It's a miracle we're not dead.
You couldn't be mistaken. You're quite certain. I see. Yes. Yes, carry on, repair it. All right, thanks. Good night.
Well?
Someone's been tampering with a car. The brake leads were sawn through.
What are you going to do now?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's crazy to do nothing.
Father, where was the car today?
Well, it always is in the parking lot outside the office.
So anyone who knew it was there could have done this.
Yeah?
Well, call the police.
Yes, darling, please.
Nonsense.
In heaven's name, why?
Well, you want me to ask for protection as if I couldn't look after myself?
When will you get it through your thick head that but for a lucky chance you and Rose might have been
Darling,
killed?
don't get upset.
Oh, it's absurd. It's ridiculous not to ask for help in a situation like this. I mean, you get a threatening letter this morning and this afternoon you're nearly killed. What does it take to convince you?
I'm not going to call the police.
Well, if you feel so strongly about the police, why not talk to Simon again?
What, after this morning?
Simon doesn't hold grudges. He'll understand. He knows all about this sort of thing.
Simon, I've come round to see you because I was damnably rude to you yesterday. And I want to apologize.
You don't have to do that.
Well, that's very generous of you. And if your offer to help me still stands...
Of course.
Thank you. Well, come on, where do we start?
Do you have the letter?
Yes, I've got it here. There you are, that's the beastly thing.
London West 1 postmark. I tell you what, Lord Yearley, you leave this with me and I find out what I can.
Not the kind of letter you'd get from a friend.
It's not. What can you tell me about it, Tom?
Well, the print's a 48-point Roman italic and the paper's a 28-pound medium progress art.
Well, what does that suggest to you?
Well, when you consider the type and the paper together, I guess that these words have been cut out either from Photographic Monthly or House and Design.
Photographic Monthly, I know. What's House and Design?
Well, it's really what the title suggests. It's a quarterly publication, read mostly by architects, builders, contractors.
House and Design, yes, I know the thing. We take it here.
We?
The company. There's always a couple of copies of it floating around.
Lord Yearley, do you have any enemies?
Enemies? Oh, yes, I should think in my lifetime I've made a good few men dislike me.
Well, has anything happened recently? Anything that would have inspired that letter?
Well, I had a dust-up with my general manager, Kelly, an ugly little scene, and I've rather upset a chap called Bruno Walmar.
How?
I refused to sell him some London property on which he'd made a thumping great profit.
Do you suppose you could get this Kelly and Walmer together in the same place at the same time? Say your house for the weekend?
Well, I could, yes. I think they'd be a bit surprised.
That's exactly what I want.
Well, all right, I'll invite him. Do it today.
Good. Well, I'll talk to you before the weekend.
Yeah, oh, look, I've already asked someone for the weekend. Does that matter?
I suppose it depends who it is.
Well, a chap called Farley, an architect. He's doing some work down in my place.
An architect? Well, I guess he subscribes to House and Design.
Yeah, it could be, but Paul Farley's not our man.
Why'd you say that?
He's an old friend.
Well, it's always nice to have a friend around.
Paul, I'm sorry to come without phoning, but I had to see you. Am I disturbing you?
No, but I've got a business appointment in a few minutes.
It won't take long. Paul, did you send Thornton a letter?
Well, I've sent him lots of letters. Which particular one?
A letter threatening to kill him.
You're joking.
No, this is not just a wild accusation. Somebody tampered with his car yesterday. He and Rose were nearly killed.
Oh, Anne.
It's true. Someone messed about with the brakes. They wouldn't hold.
And you immediately thought of me? Well, thank you for your high opinion.
Paul, I've been so frightened.
Anne, I thought you knew me better than that.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Good morning, Paul.
Oh, hello, Bruno. Come in, will you?
Oh, am I too early?
No, not at all. Anne, may I present Bruno Walmer? Bruno, this is Lady Yearley.
How do you do? Well, I'll leave you now, Paul. Thanks for your advice. Oh, I think we'll be seeing you this weekend.
I'm looking forward to it.
Bye.
Well, you're the sly one, aren't you? Lady Yearley, no less.
What do you mean?
I mean that I've thought of every conceivable way of getting Lord Yearley to see reason, except through the intervention of his wife. How well do you know her?
She's my employer.
Is that all?
That's all.
Now, don't be so touchy. Yearley can make you and me a great deal of money. So much that, well, it's only sensible for us to use every weapon in the arsenal.
I just don't understand what we're doing here.
I do. He's reconsidering my proposition.
Bruno, he isn't. He's up to something. I know him.
Will you stop acting like a frightened employee? Delicious dinner, Lady Yearley.
Thank you.
Oh, incidentally, I haven't had the chance to say this to you before, but I understand congratulations are in order. You must be very happy.
Yes, we are.
Lord Yearley has always wanted a son, hasn't he?
Yes.
Of his own.
What do you mean?
It is his. Or is it Paul's?
How dare you?
It's very easy. I know all the facts. You and Paul are having an affair, aren't you? Your husband doesn't know anything about it, does he? I should hate to have to tell him.
Why are you talking like this?
I want your help.
So I sent him over to Ireland. I thought it was the best thing to do, of course. And,
Is there anything else, Meredith?
No, thank you.
Hello, darling, Mr. Walmer. I'm afraid I'm boring everyone stiff. On to horses again.
Well, what would you like to do, gentlemen? Shall we play bridge? Oh, there's billiards.
Not me, darling, no. I've got some business to talk over with Simon.
Oh, not all night, Father, please.
That's all right, I promise.
I'll hold him to it, don't you worry.
Oh, Mr. Walmer, how about a fast, frantic game of billiards?
I've never played billiards in my life.
Here's your chance to learn, Mr. Walmer.
Let me warn you, Rose is the Joe Davis of Stetland.
Come on. Won't you join us, Mr. Kelly? What about you, Paul?
All right.
Paul, please.
Yeah, I'll join you in a minute.
Right.
Walmer knows about us.
What do you mean?
He threatened me.
What? Sorry to be so mysterious.
Why be sorry? You know I thrive on the mysterious.
That arrived this afternoon.
Another one, eh? This is your last weekend on Earth. Enjoy it.
What do you make of that?
It's the same printing. Same paper, same construction as the other one.
So it's someone who takes in house and design. Or at least has access to it.
Which means Walmer, Kelly, or Farley.
Simon, it just couldn't be Farley.
What makes you so sure?
Well, I'm one of his best clients. I paid him a small fortune last year. He's already redone half this house, now he's starting on the rest of it. If anything happened to me, he'd lose a big part of his income.
All right. So we concentrate on Walmer and Kelly.
Well, that makes more sense to me.
Suppose we join them.
Walmer's bluffing. It's pure guesswork.
I'm so frightened. Thornton, I don't care what you saw. You're jumping to the wrong conclusion.
I want an answer to a plain question. Is Farley in this house because he's an architect or because he's your lover?
You engaged him to do the house, not me.
That's not what I asked.
I heard what you asked. I won't dignify it with an answer.
You've been seeing him behind my back.
What do you expect me to do? Go out every time he comes down to the house? Oh, darling, don't be ridiculous.
Are you in love with him?
No.
But you had an affair.
Oh, Thornton, no. We had a mild flirtation. It was silly, but, well, I was lonely, and so was he.
How very touching.
He's very fond of me.
I bet he's damn fond of me, too. £15,000 worth. What a cheap way for you to behave.
I had not behaved, as you put it. And if you'd been home once in a while, I'd never have noticed Paul Farley.
Oh, I see, it's my fault that you're promiscuous.
I'm not promiscuous. Oh, you're so occupied with playing games. You leave me alone in this house for days on end with Rose away at college, and you're always off somewhere, golfing or skiing. Paul was here, and he was attentive and kind.
And so you went to bed with him?
No!
He's the father of this child. That's right, go on. Run away from the truth.
I am not running away from the truth. But I just don't want to sleep in this room tonight.
Sounded like it, Lord.
Yes, all right. Just a minute.
What happened?
Someone took a shot at me from the balcony.
What's happening? I heard a noise. Someone tried to kill him.
Yeah, they didn't succeed.
I'm going for the police.
Yeah, no, wait.
Father, it's idiotic not to...
Listen, Rose, if I want the police, I'll call them myself. Now, you be a good girl and go back to bed.
Dive is torn away from the house in a couple of places. Did you see anything?
No, I was asleep. The shot woke me. I was pretty dazed at first, I can tell you. I got out of bed and rushed to the balcony, but there was no one there.
It's like a .38 caliber. Not much of a shot to pass from that distance. I noticed the dressing room window opens onto the balcony, too.
Yes, it does.
Lady Illy, did you hear anything?
No, not until the shot woke me.
I'll get some clothes on, have a look around the grounds.
What do you think of all this?
Shocking, isn't it?
Too bad the blighter missed. It would have solved everything.
Well, for heaven's sake.
Why pretend? It wasn't you by any chance.
Will you shut up?
It would have been typical of you to bungle something so simple. Missing him at 15 feet.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, yes and no.
Well, what do you mean?
There are no footprints under the balcony, and it's been raining. Has to be somebody in the house.
But who?
I'm not sure yet.
Simon. Look.
What is it?
One of these guns is missing. A Beretta used to live in that corner.
It was there this morning.
Is this kept locked?
No, it's never locked.
And someone in the house could have taken it.
Yes?
Was it there before we went to bed?
I've no idea.
Well, I don't think there's anything I can do about it now. I'm going to bed.
Yes, I think it's a good idea for all of us. I'm hunting at 9.
You're not. After what happened tonight?
Oh, Anne, don't be silly. Nobody's going to try anything in broad daylight.
And what about Bates?
I can handle Bates.
What do you think, Simon?
I agree with your husband. I think it's perfectly safe hunting. But if it'll make you feel any better, I'll ride along and keep my eyes open.
All right, if it stops you worrying. Thank you very much, Simon.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
and I'm so worried.
Are you?
I mean, whoever it is, supposing next time they're successful.
Then you'd be free to marry young Farley, wouldn't you? Not to mention all the money you'd come into.
Simon! Well, where are you going?
Don't tell everybody, but I'm going to town.
But it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
What better hour for a look at Farley's flat?
You're going to break in?
Break in? Goodness gracious, no. That has connotations of illegality.
What?
It's against the law. Mr. Farley is one of those gentlemen who empties his pockets upon retiring. See you at breakfast. Have a drink, Simon. Yes. Oh, well. Cheers.
My landlord, Yurley. Get out of the way, Bates! Don't say I didn't warn you.
What's the matter with you, Bates? Why didn't you shoot? Got no guts?
I might hit the horse.
Now, why didn't you hit me?
Stop it! Stop it! You could have been hurt.
I told you I could handle Bates.
Boxed all your life, so what does that prove?
It proves he's got no guts. Yes, it was a damn shame. We were having a cracking good run until that fool Bates went and spoiled everything.
Weren't you the least bit afraid he'd shoot?
Good Lord, no. His kind never do. Well, the ladies are changing, and I guess it's time we did too.
Yes, nearly 8 o'clock.
Thornton, did you take a look at my plans?
Yes, I did. Excellent.
Well, can't we discuss them? That's the whole point of my coming down this weekend.
Sure. We're going to have a look at them now.
What's the idea?
Just so as we're not disturbed.
Oh, why put the key in your pocket?
Like to try taking it from me?
Why should I want to do that?
I don't know. Why would you want to send me those threatening letters?
I didn't. Thornton, on my word of honor, I didn't send you those letters.
I know. I sent them to myself.
You're out of your mind.
Farley, I'm not a young man, you know, and I've got a wife just half my age. Do you know how that feels?
No, I don't.
It feels insecure. Especially when she's going to have a child.
You don't think it's mine?
I suspect it's yours.
It isn't.
Tell me, Farley, just out of interest, do you love Anne?
Yes.
Does she love you?
Ask her.
I have. She denies it.
Then believe it. It's true.
Well, it'll all be the same when you're dead, won't it? Yes, I've planned this pretty damn well, I think. I've created an atmosphere in which I'm being threatened. I've even allowed myself to be persuaded to bring in Templar for protection. You'll make an excellent witness. Everything fits together beautifully.
Oh, no, it doesn't. These things never do. You'll have made mistakes.
I don't think so. Even the letters will be traced to you. You see, I cut the words out of copies of House and Design, which you lent me. I returned them to you. I knew you wouldn't examine them. House and Design isn't exactly the kind of thing that one reads twice. The mutilated copies will be found in your flat, and the words are pasted on some of your own drawing paper. Anything else you want to ask? All right, then. Take it. Take it. And then, pick it up.
Why?
I'm going to tell the police that you came in here, pulled that gun, and tried to kill me. I shot you in self-defense. You don't understand, do you? I've got a gun, too. I don't want to shoot you in cold blood, unresisting. So, I've got to get to that drawer, open it, grab the gun, and kill you before you can kill me.
You mean a duel?
You can call it that, but only one of us will go through that door alive. Joanne. Now, pick it up.
Thornton, be reasonable. You can't.
Oh, yes, I can. Even Anne will believe me when I prove to her that you cut through the brake leads of my car.
I what?
There's a hacksaw in the boot of your car now with oil and filings on it. Go on. Pick up that gun.
I won't.
Why not? You're younger than I am. 20 years younger, 20 years quicker. You've got a good sporting chance. Go on, try for it.
Never. Do you think I'm out of my mind?
You're a coward, Farley. When that clock stops chiming, I'm going for my gun. 8, 7. That's where you've got a chance, Farley.
I won't do it.
You've no choice. 4 seconds to go, Farley. 2, 1. All right. If that's the way you want it.
I wouldn't bother. Took the precautions of unloading them both. might just as well let me have it.
You're so damn smart, Templar.
All right, where do we go from here?
Farley, call the police. They're waiting to hear from me. Would have been a very one-sided duel. Must confess, when I unloaded your Wolfer this morning, I didn't know you were going to plant this one too. The police are here.
Well, that's that, isn't it? Nothing much I can say. Goodbye, my darling.
Goodbye, Father.
Take care of Anne.
I'll come with you.
Oh, darling, no.
Please.
Well, Simon, there it is. Risky old game, and I lost it. Don't come here further. I'd rather you didn't.
Thornton, I'm your wife. If you have to go to prison, well, I'll wait.
Oh, Anne.
Darling, it is our child. Believe me.
I do. I do.
Rose, I'm sorry. Sorry things worked out this way. I sort of wish you hadn't come to me now for help.
Oh, I'm glad I did. If I hadn't, they might be arresting him for murder. No matter what people say, I'll always think of him as a noble sportsman.